Hello students, welcome to class 6 chemistry revision. Today we are going to cover day 10 to day 13. In the last class we studied about separation of solid mixture. Today we are going to study about solid liquid mixture.
The first method is sedimentation and decantation. See in the figure 15, sedimentation is shown. Sedimentation means we will keep the mixture undisturbed for some time. What will happen? The heavier particles of the solute settles down and the water remains on the top. Like this way we can separate the sand and clean water. We can pour the clean water in another container. The second method is filtration. It is used to separate those solids which are lighter in water, so they float on the water. You can see in the figure, we pour the impure water into a funnel which has filter paper. What will happen when we pour the impure water? The filter paper stops the solid particles and it allows clean water to pass through it. The third method is evaporation. It is used for separating solids that are soluble in water, just like salt, sugar, baking soda. What happens? We heat the mixture and the water forms water vapor and it evaporates, and the solid particles are left behind.
In this video, we will be learning about solutions. Let's take a look at what happens when salt is mixed with water. The salt dissolves in water and forms a solution. Mixtures in which one substance dissolves in the other are called solutions. Salt is the component that gets dissolved in water. It is known as the solute. The water is the component in which the salt gets dissolved. It is known as the solvent. So, a solute plus a solvent makes a solution. Is a mixture of soil and water a solution? Notice how most of the soil particles have settled in water, whereas the lighter soil particles are floating in water. So, the mixture of soil and water is not a solution, as the soil cannot dissolve in water. Some examples of solutions are sugar and water, coffee, lemon juice and water. In conclusion, mixtures in which one substance completely dissolves in the other are called solutions.
Now let us study about saturated and unsaturated solutions. If we add 30 gram of salt to 100 milliliter of water, the salt completely dissolves in the water. Now, if we will add 40 gram salt to the same amount of water, 4 gram salt will remain undissolved. This happens because only a certain amount of solute can be dissolved in a given amount of solvent. Means 100 ml of water can dissolve a certain amount of salt. That certain amount is 36 gram. This means only 36 gram of salt can be dissolved in 100 ml of water. And if we add more salt, then it will remain undissolved. So, the solutions in which no more solute can be dissolved are called saturated solutions. And the solution in which more solute can be dissolved are called unsaturated solutions.